Welcome to Built for This, the podcast where real estate meets real life skills. Hosted by Andrea Lane and Alissa Bickar, each episode features investors turning their unique edge into long-term rental success.
So today I'm excited to introduce you to Mark. His company name is QZen. And normally, Mark, I will ask you, why did you get in real estate? But instead, my first question is, where did you get the name? There's no U. It's really confusing. So
Yeah, it's spelled QEZEN, if people don't know. It's a combination of QED, which are the initials of a Latin phrase, quantum errata. I don't know the exact Latin, but it translates to as has been demonstrated. And those initials are usually done at the end of a mathematical proof or some other argument that people say QED. So the whole idea of QED is you've achieved it, you've demonstrated it. Zen is Zen. The second part is ZEN. So the whole idea of the company name is our goal was to help people achieve their real estate Zen. QED Zen. QZen.
very cool. So I'm doing this a little backwards because I couldn't wait to find out about where you got that name. Mark Yablonski is from Jeepers. Saratoga Springs, New York.
Yep.
I know that because I've known you for so long and still forget it. He is from Saratoga Springs. He owns multifamilies in Saratoga, in addition to a house in Ohio. Is that correct?
Correct.
Great. And so now I'll ask the question I usually do. What got you into real estate?
Well, there's me and my partner, Cheryl. Now, Cheryl's not with me. Why I got in, we each have our different reasons, and we partnered. My reason was retirement. As I'm getting closer to retirement, one of the best things I wanted to do is how do you replace your paycheck? Right? You get paid bi-weekly, monthly, whatever. Well, if you build up a portfolio of rentals, you get a paycheck every month. And if you build it up enough, that paycheck can replace your normal paycheck. So that was my goal in saying, how do I replace being paid like a paycheck? So I want to build up a rental portfolio to do that. Cheryl's goal in getting into it was twofold. She wants to leave something for her grandchildren, and she wants to help veterans.
Very cool.
So those were her two goals.
Great. What do you love most about real estate?
Infinite possibilities. It's not just about buying a house. It's not just about buying rentals. There's so much you can do with it. There's foreclosures. You can help people with foreclosures. You can wholesale, though these days I kind of shy away from wholesaling because states are banning it. You can invest in notes. You can invest. It's a plethora of it. But most importantly, for those who like money, our tax laws love real estate. If you want to say you don't want to pay the government $1, get into real estate.
I started in real estate. I love saving my money from paying the government. I put them their due, but I don't want to pay them any extra. So I figure out ways that I don't have to.
I mean, it is really the most tax-friendly business to be in because the amount of write-offs and other things you can do is just astounding to me. And I don't even know them all. So you just go to your accountant and let them take care of it.
Just make sure you get a good real estate accountant, not just.
Yes.
Right. So how does your professional and technical skills that you've done over your lifetime, how does that sort of meld into your real estate strategy?
Well, for me, my whole career has been software, developing software for different industries. I've covered practically every industry with software. The biggest skill and the critical skill of software is people will say coding, no, problem solving. The number one skill in software is how do you solve a problem? Someone throws you, I have this problem, I need it solved, and then Typically, we software people will go write software to help solve it for them. That easily translates to real estate. People got all kinds of problems in real estate. How do we solve it? Could be creative financing, could be lots of different ways.
I like that. I like that answer. That's not usually what we hear, but that is a big thing about real estate, right? When you want to buy property, knowing what their issues are so you can solve their problems is exactly
Exactly.
what you want to do.
And
Biggest
also,
thing is listen to what they are saying. What's their problem? The key is listening to what their problem is and then saying, I can help that.
yeah, and being curious enough to wonder, I wonder what the solution could be,
Could be,
rather
yeah.
than, well, it is what it is, and it is the way that it is, so therefore your problem is eternal. Having that curiosity-based mindset, especially in an emergent field over the last couple of decades is software, that mindset over the last few decades has been evolving exponentially itself. So to have had access to that level of iterative innovation, I would call it, has you constantly looking at problems as opportunities to solve, create new solutions, rather than that old method of mindset that says, these problems have always been problems, are going to always be problems, and the way it is the way it is, and the way it's always done. So, I love that solution seeking mindset, because it makes you more flexible. It also makes you more valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Helping people achieve their real estate then. QZen.
There you go.
Yep. So what do you think your unfair advantage is, the thing that makes you unique in the marketplace?
Well, I'm technical. So I bring a lot of the tech to the background. So knowing how to lift and take advantage of technology, like the latest is AI. And I don't want to get on a rant about AI, but I would know how to properly use it. Most people do not. They would probably misuse it. Cheryl's advantage, she comes from a customer support background. So she's really good with talking with the people and listening to them and understanding what needs to be done. So we combine that. We combine the tech operational process background with the human touch.
And that's great because that's us.
That sounds just like us.
I came from a tech background, right? So you problem
Yep.
solve, but you're not necessarily the best listener in town. So it's always nice to have
you try, but then they always
does a
correct
really
you.
good job.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And having a partnership like that, where your skills are maybe in the analytics, or maybe in like the technical, like you could see problems before they even emerge, dovetail really nicely with taking care of the people who are going to create their fair share of problems, or bring to you new challenges that haven't been solved before. So between the two skill sets of the relational skill set and the technical skill set, it creates the opportunity for really great solutions that are sustainable, that last, and that are also very powerful to create value in your community.
Yeah. And the other thing I'll say about that is we always do what's right for the customer. And if that means we lose money on a deal, we lose money on the deal. We always do what's right for the customer.
Well, I hope you don't lose money. I hope you make a decision that you can work with them to.
Yeah, we do, but if it ends up, if there are cases where, okay, we get it, they're really in a bad position, we'd rather help them than
an extra.
we're not all about, it's all about profit. It's all about
Yeah.
profit. Yes, it's about profit, but it's not like Wall Street maximizing profit. You got to help people in the process.
Correct. It's all about win-win, right?
Right.
That's what makes it happen. So I have a question. Can you share what one of your biggest challenges is? Because doing it that way does present a set of challenges, right?
It does. What Cheryl and I, when we got in, we started with flipping. I mean, when you get trained and like we went to expensive training and they take you through it, they usually start with wholesaling because that was the easiest path. You have no money. It's a good way to get money. We went right to flipping. We've done a number of flips, probably nowhere near what Andrea's done and all that. But the biggest challenge there is contractors. Just Massive headaches. Unbelievable. I mean, I could sit here for an hour and tell you about all the headaches with contractors. And if I had a chance, I would love to sit contractors down and say, you guys want to make a lot of money, right? I'm like, then show up every day, get your job done as fast as possible, and you will make a lot of money. Don't take Fridays off. Don't just show up or not show up. I mean, the biggest problem is, where are these people? If you're a really smart contractor, you can make a killing if you just had a work ethic to be there and say, hey, I'm going to pay, I don't know, $100,000 to rehab this house in 3 months. If they could actually get it done in 3 months or less, they're going to make a lot of money. But no, they end up going 5, 6, 7 months, losing everything, making no money. So on the flipping side, that's my biggest headache as contractors.
And I would say that that would be the story from almost everyone we've spoken to. And I
Yep.
know our contractor story is similar. So,
And on the renting side, the biggest headache would be if you want to self-manage. You know, do you really want to get a call at 3 a.m. that the toilet's broke?
yeah, you got that right. My philosophy is
Oh,
I love property managers. I've done it all. I've been a property manager, and I really appreciate the jobs they do.
yeah, I do too. Now we actually do self-manage a couple of them, so we know those headaches. But it's usually like, if you self-manage, oh, let's go out of town, go do a short trip. That's when stuff, all of a sudden you're getting a phone call that something went wrong, and you're like, oh, geez. Now I got to call a friend back there to go down and see what's going on. Or
Right. So, can you share a recent win that you've had in the last, from your investing journey?
yeah, a lot of it is, we were flipping to buy rentals, which is a lot of people in real estate. That's what you do, is you get your profit from your flips, and then you go buy rental properties. So we did that. So we have a rental up where we live. That now, I'm in New York State, so let me back up and clarify that. In New York State, I will not do a long-term rental because it's a tenant-friendly state. I will not do it. I've seen too many of my fellow REIs get burned where they stop paying rent, and it's years in New York to get them out. I also will not do short-term rentals. The way that Airbnb is going, they're becoming tenant friendly. So we are avoiding both those paths in New York. We do midterm rentals. So what we do is we rent out to traveling professionals, people like that, where it's a 90-day lease. Sometimes they go 6 months when they extend. So that's been very successful. The other thing we've done is student rentals in New York. And they're great because the students are in or out. They're not going to squat on you or anything like that. They come in for the school year and they leave, and you have their parents as guarantors. So your rent money is going to come in. But what we did with one of our midterm rentals is, about a year ago, a couple approached us where they were coming up to the area, and her husband was going to be on a long-term job, 2 years. And normally we'd be like, well, that's turning into a long-term rental. What do we do? So we met with them. They talked with us. We took a risk with them. We said, okay, we'll give you the property. We signed a 90-day lease, and then say, we'll just go month to month after that. After a year, they told us they were looking for a house. And Cheryl and I decided, we'll sell you ours. And they wanted the house. They loved the house. So we're actually selling the house to them to help them out.
That's awesome.
So that's our big win.
Oh, that's so cool. And so as we're wrapping up our interview, we would love to know what's on the horizon for you. What do you have in the works for the next 6 to 12 months?
Cheryl and I are getting close to retirement. We're leaving New York. Little too expensive, too many taxes. If you want to retire, you need to be somewhere a little cheaper. Now, we're not going to Florida. All the New Yorkers want to go to Florida. We don't like Florida. It's fun to visit. I don't want to live there. Nothing against all you people out there living in Florida. That's just us. Because I know you got lots of people in Florida on this. So we are targeting Pennsylvania because
Great.
we still like Four Seasons, and Pennsylvania seems to be a much more friendly place.
Yeah. Hey, take it from a fellow New York expat living in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Well, we don't live there, but we do a lot of our investing there.
Oh
So
yeah, and the
yeah,
coast to coast is quite very very up on Pennsylvania. So
yes.
those that don't know about coast to coast, that's one of their favorite states. So when we leave, what we're doing is we're going to sell all of our New York properties, and the idea is to take that and do a 1031 exchange to buy rentals in Pennsylvania. So
Great.
that's that plan. So we will be free of New York and that, and then just wherever we land in Pennsylvania, look around and say we'll get some rentals there.
Great.
Beautiful.
Getting out of the flipping business, too many headaches. And instead of flipping, I'm moving into the notes business, which many people may or may not know, but instead of flipping houses, you can flip paper.
Yep.
And I'll leave that. And if you want to learn more about it, go Google how to flip notes.
Or get in touch with Mark Yablonski, ladies
I
and
mean,
gentlemen.
it's a very interesting business, and so that's where I'm going to head. Is I'm going to go flip notes.
Well, thank you so much. There's all different types and flavors and opportunities. Like you said, the possibilities are infinite in real estate.
Yeah.
So no matter what your flavor, you can always come here to the Built for This podcast to learn something new from people who are active and in action. So Mark, thank you for sharing your time and expertise with us. And if you would like to learn more and connect with Mark, please go to his website at QZen.com. That's QEZEN.com. And if you are listening on the podcast, on the streaming platform, stay tuned. We have another amazing guest lined up for you right after this. Don't go away.
This wraps another episode of Built for This. If you're a real estate investor with a unique edge, apply to join us at builtforthisshow.com/guest.